All right, guys, welcome to the lab setup. In this section, we are going to actually set up our lab where we will be practicing our scripting skills. We will be building our Linux machine and we will be creating shell scripts. So let's see what exactly are we going to do in this lab setup. So this is a quick step-by-step instruction of what we're going to be doing following this lesson. In this section, I will be covering about the virtual environment. This is for those who actually don't know what virtual environment is or what a virtual machine is. So I will be going over some of the fundamentals of virtual environment, how it works. Then what is Oracle VirtualBox? So of course, in virtual environment, there are so many virtual products that are out there. There's VMware, there's Oracle VirtualBox, there's Microsoft Virtual Environment. So which one to pick? So in our lab setup, we will be installing Oracle VirtualBox, and that's where we will be setting up our Linux lab environment. So after that, we will be installing Oracle VirtualBox on it. Then it's a complete process. I have actually including every single thing in this setup. So where do you need to get the download file? How do you have to install it? How do you have to configure it? And then we will cover the first virtual machine. So once you have the Oracle box running, then what do you need to do with it? You need to create a virtual machine. What is a virtual machine? If you don't know, then I have covered that in this section. You don't have to worry about a thing. I will walk you through step by step and every all the way through on setting up your Linux machine. And then once you have the Linux machine up and ready, then we will do the Linux installation. And the Linux installation I will be covering is the CentOS, which is exactly like Red Hat Linux, which is used mostly in the Linux environment, in a corporate environment. So this section covers all about setting up your lab. Now, let me tell you this. If you already have a lab or if you already have a Linux machine, then you do not have to do this entire section. You could simply skip through it. You could start up your own Linux machine that you have. It's either Ubuntu, it's either CentOS or Red Hat. I would prefer that you go with CentOS and Red Hat because most of the scripting languages and the shell scripts that I will be using in Bash language. If your Linux operating system understands the Bash programming language, that is fine. You could use that. If you wanted to install Linux from scratch on your physical machine, you could also go. You are more than welcome to do that. But if you do not have any Linux machine, then this section is really going to help you. And once again, if you do have a Linux machine, not to worry about it, just go straight to the next section.